started.
All right, so the goal of your slackline is to get this O-ring to create a line lock, and then this other beaner to where you can thread it through onto these two black beaners and create a friction lock right there. You see the two lines? That's what you want. So you're gonna need that. I'm gonna take this one down and reset up and show you how to do it. First step, setting up slackline after you found your trees. That's pretty self-explanatory. Make sure they're big and strong and don't tip over. You wanna grab your anchor straps, which are your smaller straps. Wrap them around your tree, just like so. And hook one beaner into each side, just like this. And then determine your height. I'm gonna go for a little bit longer of a line, so I'm gonna go a little bit higher, kind of chest height, but earlier I had it about hip height going to that tree. But we're gonna step it up and go to that tree down there. Right. After you got your anchor on your tree and your beaner, you wanna attach one end of your line, and you can just tie a figure 8 bight or an overhand bight with a loop to attach that. And then from there, we're gonna walk down to our other tree. Okay.
Should I just keep it going?
Just attach the fixed point of your line to that tree. You're gonna take your other anchor, and this one actually will be good like this. Sometimes you do a different variation of wrapping the tree. I'm gonna adjust my height. Keep it the same as the other tree. Try to avoid these twists. And then you want to make sure that your clipping points are directionized towards your other tree. And then with this one, you're going to attach both other carabiners to your tree sling, just like so. So you have two. Okay. And then give me a little bit of space, kind of stay back here. All right. Take a video when I'm walking. All right, so you want to make sure that your line is flat all the way from tree to tree, laying flat, and so it doesn't have all these twists in it as you're trying to walk. So then pull it straight. So from my tree, depending on my line length, I'm gonna go back. This line might be about 50 feet, so I'm gonna go probably like 10 feet back from this tree. Come over here, Ruby. And then what I'm gonna do, I've come 10 feet back. I create a loop like this. I'm gonna grab my O-ring. Okay, this part can be a little tricky, probably the hardest part of the line. Thread the O-ring on so it could go as far as it wants. Pull your line back and create a loop. Just like so, where you have that opening right there. You can see that, you can see me through there. And then you're gonna hook a carabiner just like so and make sure it sits flat. The beaner should come up. If it's all the way up, it's fine, but you just wanna make sure that it's gonna go forward for you, towards your other anchor with the two black beaners. And then so keeping it flat, coming up, I'm gonna go into the bottom one from the bottom. So under and up. Make sure that's straight. Then I'm gonna come over from the bottom. So bottom off your first two. And it's a bit of a pain in the butt when you got all this line through here. So if you try to keep it on one side, it's a little bit easier. Almost done. Okay. So in from the bottom, and then this other black one, come in from the top. So from the bottom up, go through the other beaner, from bottom up, back to the other top beaner, top down, back to your line lock. And this part is a little tricky because you're tensioning it a little bit. You're gonna put it in, but then you have to come underneath that pre-existing line that you had already attached over here. So I'm gonna go straight underneath and then do some small pulls and you can see these lines, that's your slackline tensioning system. Friction right there. And so you just pull it tight, pull it tighter until it's tight enough to walk across. You can come out, test it. It's a little loose right now, but that is also gonna let you pull it further. And so you can come back behind the tree and crank harder. And you just repeat this process. If you get 2-3 people pulling on this line, you're set. You got it to your desired tightness. What you wanna do is take this line. Make sure first off that the majority of your line is under this. If it's over here more, you're gonna wanna thread it through and crank it back the underside so it lays evenly under that. But come back over here, push a loop through, and then you just wanna do a daisy chain or some sort of knot as a backup on the end of your rig, just to keep your line clean, keep it out of the way. And then one of the times I'll do, if I got a bunch of extra, throw it through there. If I'm gonna be doing it for a while, I'll do one of those just so it all stays right there nice and neat. It's gonna be a little bit difficult. I recommend setting it low off the start, and then so you kind of just press up off the ground. But this is a little bit higher of a line for you guys. If you're hitting the ground, go higher on your anchors or go tighter on your line. Kind of like how I'm hitting it right here. That's where you'd want to adjust your line, make it a little bit better.